Well, so the number one challenge that people always have after we get a system up for them is adoption. People, the very first cloud we built was as a business, not prior to forming the business, but as a business was for Korea Telecom, and we got it up and they had no idea what to do with it. I mean, they were literally stunned. They wanted to bring over things like Oracle databases, and I was like, okay, look, we got to go back and talk about this again. So that's the number one problem, and what it leads to that challenge of adoption is culture. And it's about cultural shift. It's about a mind shift change. I talked about Fidelity before, and what I found really intriguing about Fidelity is they basically took that sort of dysfunctional contract between application developers and infrastructure and infrastructure teams, and they rewrote it. They said, okay, you application developers, you can use and consume as much of these private clouds we've just built you as you want without any training wheels. It's all on your own. But in order to do that, you have to jump through these hoops. Every application has to be deployable with Puppet. You've got to deploy it onto QA, then staging, then production. You've got to have some way to basically show us that you're doing continuous deployment, continuous integration. And they set up all these gates, and then they made sure that they're mixing in all the security recipes that they wanted and all that good stuff. And by doing that, they rewrote that contract so that the infrastructure team was able to manage down risk like they wanted to, and the application development teams were able to go as fast as they want. And so I think we're just entering into an era where the core disruption is around the culture within the business, right? If you are the IT guy who manages the Microsoft Exchange platform, your job is done. That job is over. Right? On the other hand, there's all these lovely new opportunities to level your business up, to help it be more successful, to move towards DevOps, to start thinking about ways to actually increase the velocity of your business. And I think those are the two worlds we're starting to see. And if you'll just permit me 1 second, my very first job when I was 19 was at this wafer fab test company in the Valley. And when I walked in there, I was 19, and all the other systems administration guys basically were clock punchers. They came in at 9 o'clock and they left at 5 o'clock, and they did everything manually. I automated the living crap out of that system, and they were pissed. They were so pissed at me. But I was the senior guy a year and a half later, and I was basically managing 300 servers pretty much single-handedly at that point, and had put all the rest of the guys out of a job. That's where we're at. That's what's changing right now. And the only way to create success is to create a path for people who are currently going to have their jobs disrupted to be the heroes.
Absolutely. So we call that we have a cloud, now what problem. And we see this all the time. People come in and they say, look, we want a private cloud. We need a cloud strategy. My board of directors and C-suite are pressuring me to do something here. And we can get them up and running very quickly, and then once they're up and running, they have no idea what to do with it. And I think, again, it's what everybody here is saying. It's a cultural challenge. How do you change the thought process that goes through those folks who are consuming resources to go beyond thinking about things as single VMs and really think about changing the architecture of applications to utilize that service catalog that's available to them now?